Chapter 1. The Dark Window. The cityscape of upstate New York sprawled beneath the evening sky, a mixture of twinkling lights and looming shadows. Inside a high-rise office, tension hung as thick as fog. Jaxx Stone, a man in his 40s with a cold-as-ice demeanor, gazed out the window, his alligator smile hiding his true intentions.
Stone addressed his security team, his voice a silky menace.
What a story. I mean, we have an aging Special Forces hero, given almost eternal youth, because of $1 billion of our research, plus letting our top scientists slip away. Yes, everybody loves a hero.
He turns, his red eyes glinting behind tinted glasses. The room feels colder and darker.
Now, I will tell you what is going to happen. You will bring me Noah's savage head for our labs, and his body separately. If you fail, I will take your head and everything you love.
A glimpse of the past. 1 week earlier. Perched on a hillside in upstate New York, Noah Savage's new dwelling whispered promises of tranquility. The small house, rented from his former army captain, Jonathan, lay secluded beside the sprawling farm and central estate. Jonathan's right-hand man, Diggs, a towering 6'8" tall ex-military sergeant from Alabama, oversaw the grounds. Together, they drew strength from their shared history forged in the fires of war. Noah stood outside, taking in the sunrise that painted the sky with hues of serenity. Here, he found solace. The expansive fields beyond offered him space for reflection and companionship with Cruz, his devoted ex-military Belgian Malinois. It was a world away from 5 grueling tours in Iraq, a past stitched into the fabric of his being. A weapons expert and K-9 operations expert, Noah had carved a reputation in special operations as a tactician and patriot. His accolades boasted valor, yet each medal was laden with tales of survival and sacrifice. He had faced the worst of humanity, neutralizing threats that lurked in shadows. His body bore the stories of car bombs, RPGs, and relentless firefights. The memory of his last mission danced on the edges of his mind, where chaos reigned in a remote northern outpost. A barrage of explosives had ignited an inferno, tossing Noah into oblivion. Shrapnel became an unwelcome companion, lodging deep into his back. 6 months in a sterile hospital room followed, a seemingly insurmountable recovery. Yet he defied the odds, driven by an unwavering faith and relentless spirit. Determined, Noah transformed nights into rigorous rehabilitation sessions, pushing beyond the ceasefire of hospital protocol. What doctors deemed impossible, Noah achieved, driven by a purpose yet unrevealed. He remembers his father's words as a young, skinny teen. "You remember in this life you have your honor or you have nothing. We never quit. You hear me, boy? Never." Now, amidst the tranquility of his new home, his spirit wrestled with a country's shifting perceptions. The political landscape in the U.S. had veered sharply, its narrative casting military men as relics of aggression. The rhetoric seeped into society, branding veterans as untamable and unfit, an irony that invited his mirth. Men of honor, he thought, in a land full of corporate criminals. Good enough to fight your wars, he mused, a wry smile playing on his lips as he pondered the absurdity. In Cruz's company, his faithful companion Noah sought answers in the quiet. He believed in divine intentions, convinced that fate retained a grand design. Turning to Cruz, whose stare matched his resolve, Noah felt the warm weight of destiny resting on his shoulders. These fearless and undeterred dogs mirrored Noah's heart, a heart that still beat to the rhythm of service and sacrifice. "Ready to go for a run, Cruz?" Blackthorne Horizon Corporation. On the outskirts of the city, shrouded in a veil of anonymity, stood a building that defied attention. Its facade was unremarkable, a bland monolith of concrete and steel, indistinguishable from the countless warehouses and office complexes that dotted the urban sprawl. Yet beneath its unassuming exterior lay a labyrinth of secrets, a place where the boundaries of science and morality blurred. The real Blackthorne Horizon Corp is a fortress of innovation and intrigue, its true purpose known only to a select few. The building's security presence was unmistakable. Armed guards patrolled its perimeter, surveillance cameras tracked every movement, and biometric scanners guarded its entrances. But the real mysteries lay deeper, far below ground level, where the air grew colder and the hum of machinery echoed. Through sterile corridors, in the lower levels of Blackthorne Horizon, it was here that Dr. John Paul LeBron conducted his groundbreaking work, far from the world's prying eyes. John Paul LeBron was not just a scientist. He was America's unsung hero of genetic engineering, a visionary heralded 20 years ahead of his peers. His genius was enveloped in accolades, his face gracing the covers of prestigious magazines, and his insights lauded in hushed reverence among the scientific elite. Once, in a moment of unguarded ambition, he had boldly declared, "If the world left me alone for 10 years, I could solve all the health problems."